Yellow, yellow, yellow on a Friday. How are you,
Yes,
sir?
sir. Yellow, yellow, yellow. Sucker down here, fans. Nino Torres with you in a Friday, fully loaded Friday, baby. Huh? And
Mm-hmm.
we're matching, brother. Huh? We're men in black today. Huh?
You
Nice.
got it. You got it. Yeah. For me specifically, and let me step back here a second. I'm crammed into a hotel room, so you'll pardon me.
All right, all
Uh,
right. Let me see. Let me see.
so minor league baseball, the Rome Emperors, and
Oh,
the penguin is kind of dressed like an emperor. He's got the
that's
Rome
so
toga.
cool, man.
Yep, the Rome Emperors. At Ebbets Field Flannels had a sale, and so I was like, I'm diving in on that ish. When it goes like 73% off, including shipping, I'm like, yeah, man, I'm buying all that stuff. And so, yeah, so
Yeah.
Man in
Heck
Black,
yeah.
Man in Black, and we're rocking and rolling here this morning. And I thank you for coming in on a Friday. What about next week with it being New Year's? Do you want to do Wednesday or Friday? Your call. You want to do New Year's Eve day, or you want to see everybody?
No, we'll start the new year, man. We'll start new year, brother.
All right.
Friday. Let's
Okay,
do
so you'll
Friday,
be
man. Yeah,
all right. So
2026,
you'll be
man.
Friday at 10 again next week because of holidays. Okay, so as is always the case, Nino Damas sends me notes that I don't look at, so that way we can all react together. And so I scroll down and I see that he has sent me things, and so it is the 2025 year in review of each league that he calls on Gold TV. And it's always fun to catch him on Gold TV because we can have conversations with him while he's calling games on Gold TV, which is always a fun.
Like home
And we,
improvement thing, huh?
oh yeah, absolutely.
You like that?
Yeah, oh, I love that. Yeah, it's like get that workbench and get it rolling. So, topic number one: the Renaissance. I feel like I should straighten up when I say the Renaissance of Porto. What was this big story with Porto this year?
Absolutely.
We know it, but when you break down the Renaissance, what was it like to be in front of it?
It was so exciting to have the third big team in competition again because for the past I want to say 3 years it was they were going down the hill. Every year was getting worse and worse and worse. Then they got Anselmi, and Anselmi never he could never translate all his knowledge. I mean, it was they were lost in translation in some way, somehow that the message never landed in the right place in the right minds. And of course the defense was deteriorating year after year after year, and it got worse when after Pepe retired. After Pepe retires, that defense was like, where's the leader? Oh, do we have a general here? No, we don't have the only soldiers, bro. We need a general here. We need a quarterback here. Where were they at? All right. So Milas Boas said, you know what? Martin Anselmi, thank you for your services. Yeah, we expecting something else from you in the World Cup of Clubs, and it was a disaster. Of course, that didn't help at all with them. And then they went to get Farioli, right? Went ahead and got Farioli, signed him from Ajax, and then they got the two. I want to say the two best signings in the league this year are the two center backs from Porto. Bednarek and Kivior.
Mm-hmm.
They've been, as I name them, as I nickname them, they're the Polish cyborgs. I mean, sometimes I'm thinking, are these guys human? Do they feel anything? Huh? Because they're so cold blooded, you cannot believe these guys how focused they are. Like they're cyborgs, man. They're just cyborgs. They don't sweat. I don't know, but they make a big impact in Porto, considering only 3 goals in the first 15 rounds of the competition. That says it all. That says it all. So they went. It was a massive renaissance, and I was shocked when I read all the previews while I was doing the prep time for the first round of the competition. And I was all the journalists from Europe were like, who do you think is going to win the next year? Porto. Porto's like, what am I missing here? Am I missing something? Did I just watch a different World Cup of clubs, or what happened here? And that happened. Those signings, the coach, everything lined up perfectly for the Dragons, and now we can see him leading they're 5 points away. They're gonna play again. They play again Estrella Amador. They're gonna put the bottom three, so they're gonna basically be the winners of the champion, the winners champions, right? They're not gonna winter champions, winter in Portugal. And like I said last week, it's over. I think the whoever's leading um, in Portugal, they sustain the lead. Once the number one team gets the number one spot, it's over. It's over. There's no looking back.
The Polish Terminators.
Yeah,
Ibior and Bednarek, who come over from the Premier League, and Porto picks them up, and they're just locking. They have no feelings, they have no pity, and they absolutely will not stop. I was trying to remember the line from the movie The Terminator when Kyle was talking to Michael Bihn's talking to Linda Hamilton, and he's trying to explain what Terminators are, and it's like
right.
They have no feelings, they absolutely will not stop.
Yeah.
So you have two T1000s at the back.
Yeah, absolutely, man.
I'm going to hang on to that. Okay, so we now go to Uruguay.
Yeah.
Topic number 2. And like I said, I'm seeing this for the first time. That's the fun of this segment. Nacional from 0 to hero in Uruguay. Break that down for us in 25.
So for all the fans here from Soccer Down here, I don't know if you guys know how the Uruguayan championship works, because in any other country in the planet, if there's 3 tournaments and you don't win any of the 3, why would you win anything, right? That doesn't make any sense, right? Of course not. I won the first round. No, you didn't win that one. Oh, I didn't win that one. Oh, but I won the championship. How does that happen? All right, so
here's how it happened. Here's how it happened. You went into a business office.
Yeah.
And you sat there and you went, well, what about us? And you come out with a trophy. Please explain.
No, but that's in Argentina, brother. That's a different one.
That was a country.
That's in Argentina. That's a different story. But that's another story of the year that we should talk about that too. But no, in Uruguay. So basically in Uruguay, the system is designed to get as many clásicos as they can, right? So it's designed for that specifically. We need how many clásicos? We got 5. No, we need 7. We need 7. Figured it out a way to get 7 clásicos out of the year between Peñarol and Nacional. All right, let's do this. All right. So in Uruguay, the system works like this. There's 3 tournaments, right? Apertura, Intermedio, and Clausura.
Intermedio.
And also, there's also the annual table. So basically, it's like the 4th tournament or something, or the wild card tournament. I don't know, whatever. Oh, all right. So if you win the Apertura, right, it doesn't guarantee you're going to be winning the championship. If you win the Intermedio, the only thing that guarantees you is that you're going to play the Super Copa, which is the winner of the Intermedio and the winner of the year. Okay? Just stay with me, guys. Stay with me.
All right.
And there's a Clausura. There's the third tournament of the season. All right. So if for some reason that I never witnessed that situation where one team wins the Apertura, the Intermedio, the Clausura, and the annual table, there's no playoffs, no nothing. But of course, that's delusional to believe that that's going to happen. Right? So Peñarol wins the Apertura in fantastic fashion. Then wins the Liverpool wins the Apertura, and then Peñarol wins the Intermedio and the Clausura. All right, so Peñarol wins 2 tournaments, should be the winner. No, because at the end of the year, some way somehow Nacional managed to get more points than Peñarol. All right, so not only that, so because Nacional didn't win any of the tournaments, had to play a playoff against Liverpool. They beat Liverpool, and then they beat Peñarol in the finals, and that's why Nacional, without winning anything in the year, gets the trophy in Uruguay. It doesn't make any sense, but in some way, somehow it does, because they got clásicos. They got 2 more clásicos out of the year, out of the season, and that's the main goal. That's the main goal, basically, in Uruguay.
Oh, brother. Yeah.
It's crazy.
That's the best way I can phrase it. All right, so We go from Uruguay to Universitario. The Band of Brothers did it again. Copa America, and this is subplot. Copa America in the U.S. again. That's topic number 4. So anyway, Universitario, the Band of Brothers did it again.
This is crazy, right? Because this is a team that a few years ago, I want to say, when was that? 2019 season were probably the worst years for Universitario in this millennium, and they almost got relegated, but they pulled it off and they sustained, and then they survived, right? And then they have to witness Alianza winning back-to-back titles, 2021, 2022, and but we weren't there. No, we were there. Just all right, let him be, let him celebrate. So the year that we're supposed to win the three-peat, that was in 2023, when Universitario came so strong with Fossati. We didn't hire superstars. No, we didn't hire superstars. No, we only got a few signings. We got a good coach, and we ruined their three-peat. So not three-peat for Alianza. Then the next year, we lose the coach. We lost the coach because he went to the national team. It was a disaster for him, for Fossati, in the national team. Didn't win a single game. And we got another coach, Fabian Bustos, who wins the tournament. And then he left. Then he left us too. I don't know, man. I don't know how after you winning a championship, you leave the club. And then they get another coach, wins the championship. Oh, sorry, I got another offer from Olympia Paraguay. I'm going to go to Olympia because they offer me, I don't know how many, 5,000 or 50,000 or whatever $1,000 more than here. Okay, so we got back Fossati for this year. And in those 3 years, Johnny, we never make a big splash in signings for the league. Never. So it was just the collective effort. Like I mentioned, is the Band of Brothers all together, everyone and everything focused on one goal and one goal only in the three-peat. And they got it done in a month. I mean, a month. It was a month before of the tournament when we started won the championship, right? With 2 games in hand, then Alianza Lima and Cristal got to play the playoffs, which they lost. Alianza and Cristal not in the no Peru too in the Copa Libertadores FC. The team that's going with Universitario Deportes to a group stage, and everything I'm gonna say the asset for this team it's a brotherhood. It's a brotherhood, shoulder to shoulder. They're rubbing elbows, and that's the only way that they win the championships, because the Universitario is not. You don't see a team that is brilliant, all right? You don't see a team that is, fantastic. No. They stay together, they got the job done, and go figure it out how to score a goal on them. All right. That's the only way that they do it. And it's in the DNA of Universitario Deportes. We are blue collar people, brother. We are, hard workers. We got the wrenches and we got the titles. And we got most titles than everyone else in this country, man. That's the only way that we know.
Well, and looking at your contract decisions, Churin, Britos, and Costa are out of contract, so they're out the door.
Yeah, they're
gone. Churin is 36, Britos is 37, Gabriel Costa is 35. They're out the door, out of contract. See you later. Don't want to be you. You have only three. You have only 3 other contracts that are out at the end of this season: Jairo Velez, Ahmet Calderon, and Jefferson Rodriguez. So it's 2 keepers and an attacking mid, and that's it for contracts that end in 5 days. That's it.
That's it. They already guaranteed all the rest of the roster. They already signed the renewals. Everybody's said basically we have the same group of players for the next year, and we're trying to figure it out now. It's crazy because in this silly season, how do they keep those names on behind doors, behind closed doors, behind locked doors? Because media is asking, there's this name and that name. Yeah, no, that one is not coming. No, that one is not coming. That one's not. This is crazy because any other team like Sporting Cristal and Alianza Lima, we signed this guy. They already got like 7 or 8 players each team to try to stop Universitario from winning 4 in a row. Okay, because if this is the big story of the year in the Liga Uno Peru, in the professional era, there's no team that has won the title 4 years in a row, and that's the big goal of next year, to be the only team in the entire league to win 4 in a row. They're going after for it.
Well,
They're going after.
And there's a player that our MLS audience might remember, in Andy Polo, who is
Andy Polo, yeah, from Portland.
And so Andy Polo is a part of this, but I think really your decisions come next season, this time next year, because it looks like there are 13 players who have a contract decision
at the end of the
next year.
Right.
And so you're looking at Calcaterra, Corzo, Andy Polo, Martin Perez Guedes, Ureña, Vargas, Rivera, Murugara, Concha, Ankajima, Valera, Astudillo, Guzman, Dioses, and Renjifo, who are
those last 3, they're academy players.
Okay, so 17, 20, and 18. So basically, it's 10 who are not academy, or Astudillo is an academy player at the age of 20, so he's probably maxing out. So you've got like 9 dudes who are above the age of 22 that you got to think about next year, and 4 academy guys that you got to think about at the end of next year.
Right.
See, the transfer market, it's a beautiful thing.
There you go. Yeah. I love it, man. I love it.
Laying it all out. Okay, so America in the U.S. again. Yeah, it's probably going to happen. We were looking at it last time. It was a blast to have it here. I'm not going to lie. It was a blast to have it here, but it might be just because of stability, just when it comes to venues and being able to churn something out and then have just the number of joints that you can have available to you. And it's probably coming to the U.S. again. You mentioned this one too.
Yeah, and it's gonna, if it comes, it's gonna be the same year of the Olympics, man. The Olympics and the Copa America at the same time. So I mean, don't get me wrong. I love the competitions in the U.S. This is, it's fantastic. But I think, they got big stadiums. We got stadiums in Brazil, in Argentina, in Chile, in Colombia, even here in Peru. All these countries are perfectly capable of hosting a Copa Americas, which we've been doing for like forever, and only in this millennium is when the looks turn around and see the U.S. and look at that, look at that arena in Atlanta, look at that Levi's Stadium, look at that, and how many people can fit in here? Oh yeah, so if you go to Brazil, not Brazil, let's see Peru.
Yeah,
you got to go to Peru, you got only the Nacional and the Monumental. You got 80,000 seats, and you got 50,000 seats on the other one, but that's it. You don't have another venue with over 50,000 people, which in the case of the U.S., I understand. I get it. It's from the business standpoint, it's obviously a win-win.
Yeah.
Right. And of course, all the fans, all the tourism that comes to the country and everything else. But it's ours, man. It's CONMEBOL. It's South America, and it's a different story when let's go to, I don't know, Ecuador, right? Ecuador Copa America. When was the last time? Freaking 1993. That was the last time that Ecuador hosted a Copa America. They got brand spanking new stadiums now, also in Ecuador. They can do it in Ecuador. I'm just throwing a name right now, a country, but it's a different story. It's a different vibe. It's local. It's local. It feels like it's our tournament, not like we're gonna be the visitors in our tournament. You know what I mean? So that's the kind of thing that it gets me. It gets me. But and plus, how many Copa Americas is going to be the third one, right?
I think so. Yeah. This would be
number 3.
Yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
What in a decade? In a decade, you got 3 Copa Americas in a decade. That's come on, man. That's too much. Huh?
Well, but let me present a theory. You can bring the helicopters in that are painted black as you wish. You can, that noise you hear behind me are those helicopters that are coming in. I think it might have to do with this one dude and the fact that he plays for Argentina currently, and the fact that he plays in Major League Soccer currently. I would posit, I would sit here and put the thinking cap on that once this gentleman's playing time is through, unless you end up with yet another individual that is as impactful as he is, it's going to be a while before the Copa America comes back to the United States. And so what you're probably doing is maxing out the corporate ability of maxing things out financially. Woman who is okay at the soccering based in your country. And so, I mean, who could be that next generational talent that could bring the Copa America back once he retires? I don't know who that placeholder is. I don't know who that next dude is. So you're going into this new frontier known as, the United States to obviously get more dollars for both CONMEBOL and bring in the United States as a wild card. I don't know who that next dude is that in 5, 6, 7 years, when Lionel Messi is playing at Newell's when he's 45, I don't know who that next dude is that you can sit there and justify bringing the Copa America back to the United States. I want to sit there and go, hey, let's come back to the United States. I don't know who that next dude is.
There's no that his star power is unmatched. His star power is just unmatched. Of course, the other player that you don't like. There's the only two dudes that they can do this. I mean, they can draw this kind of attention globally. Okay, not talking about even from a confederation, but globally. There's none, and this is like I said before. In 2026 is going to be the last World Cup for these two kings, and we're going to miss him badly. We're going to miss him badly, and we are so fortunate to have lived in this era that they have no precedent, because before that there was only one king, and we've been living in a world of two kings for the past 10, 15 years. So it's gonna be a while. I don't know if we're gonna be around the next time that this situation happens in soccer, but it's the end of an era. If the end of an era in soccer, a glorious era.
Yeah, and so I would enjoy it for what it is, and just understand that there are a lot of folks that want to sit there and max out the economics of Messi. So I guess it's Messinomics or something like that.
Messinomics, yeah.
You're maxing out the Messinomics of the situation. I get it. In Major League Soccer, and our buddy Nico Moreno is going to join us after, as always, in the Power Hour, because you both have aligned here on this Friday.
Now, Johnny, let me ask you this. So let me ask you this about the Messinomics and now, how does it feel now in the US with Messi winning the title? Were you expecting it? All right, it came earlier than that we finished.
I think that what you've got, you have two camps. And I think you've got that group of folks that basically sat there and said, well, what took you so long? And well, first off, you're in a cap league, and you've got to be imaginative as to how you want to administer things. And so you were looking for and here our dear friend Abby, who is one of our A-listers. Those of us in ATL are not happy. It's Eastern Conference, because that's why she refers to it as someone who is from South Florida. She refers to it as Inter Fort Lauderdale, because they're not even in Miami. They're in Fort Lauderdale up at the Erector set. So she refers to it as Inter Fort Lauderdale, whereas we kind of refer to it as Messi and Friends, because that's what it is. I think it took them, they were looking happened by the end of this contract. And I think they got it in just under the wire. He signs the renewal to go into the new building to usher in this new era of Messi and Friends, when it's just and Friends, and then you try to figure out who else you're bringing in for this next wave of Major League Soccer. You've got that group of folks that wear the pink number 10s around the country. Doesn't matter where you are, doesn't matter who you're attached to, but you're attached to Dude. You are attached to Messi. You are a part of Messi-nomics. And then you have everybody who are sitting there, and much like Abby, who are going, she's tired of the league catering to Messi and Friends. They've gotten extra advantages more than any other team. So that is, you have those two trains of thought where everybody is embracing the pink number 10, and then the idea that Messi and Friends are getting
away with too much
they're getting off. So you have the Gulfstream Galacticos coming together the way that they have. And I give Raul Sanlehi and the front office all the credit in the world. I think you've challenged Major League Soccer to figure out ways to bring in this kind of talent and sit there and go, okay, we want you to go this way, or you can go this way and spend money and try and be competitive and bring folks in from around the planet to try and match what is going on in a salary cap era, or you can go about it a different way. And if you're comfortable in your own skin and not freaked out by how the Moss brothers are trying to spend all this money and win all these titles by spending all this money, that's where you're at, and it's like, so you do have folks that are embracing Messi-nomics, and folks that can't wait to see them fall on their face, like what happened in Open Cup when Nashville came up and bid them and they didn't get that title. You've got as many ha as there are celebrating when one of the greatest stars of this or any generation and his friends win a title. Literally, you have split camps here.
Yeah, absolutely, man. But I'm I think the title came at the right time.
Mm-hmm.
It came at the right time for me. That's the timing. This could not be more perfect for him, man.
Because I mean, you're right toward the end of that first contract. Jordi Alba and Sergi Busquets, they are retiring. They're going out on that note. They're going off. You're bringing in Luis Suarez for another year. You've brought in Rodrigo de Paul. Looks like Lo Celso might be next on the list as another one of those big guns that you bring in on a free to try and continue the cycling of all of these big names and all these gears going forward. But for me, the question will always be, when it comes to Messi-nomics, coin this term, we can carry this forward. What happens when he finally does go? Who is that next big dude that the Moss brothers try to bring in to match the competitive successes that Messi and Friends have had? Who is that next big dude who's, north of 30, unless you really want to spend money and turn it into some kind of a deal that Major League Soccer has never seen, of one of the late dudes in their mid to late 20s. You bring in a true stud, then have them there for 5 or 6 years. Who's that next dude north of 30 that you got at the twilight of their gig, that you bring in and sit there, and that they're fantastic now, but then they come to Major League Soccer and boost them again? Who's that next dude? That's how do you continue when Alba, Busquets, Messi, Suarez, all of them are gone? How do you come up with your encore? Do you turn into Airplane 2, which was an awful movie, or do you go Rocky 2 and have Rocky beat Apollo finally? What does it look like in Fort Lauderdale? What does it look like for Messi and Friends when it's not Messi anymore and it's just the Friends? That to me is the big question.
There's going to be a long transition, brother. I'm telling you that right now. Mm-hmm. It's going to be a long transition before they find another way of doing things in Miami. Mm-hmm. All right, and I know Bacon has lots of connections, but it's who is eager to what? I'm done playing in Europe. I'm gonna go to Miami, but should I go to Saudi Arabia? They offer me $50 million a year. How much money are you offering me?
Well,
how much money can you put on the table? Actually,
and that's the thing, is it's got to be one of these NIL deals plus contract where Messi gets paid, I think, 22, And then with
Yeah.
endorsements, it gets to 50 because it's a piece of the action, because it's a piece of Apple and the TV deal and all these endorsements that the leagues sit there and say, yeah, we're not going to touch that. Whatever you get in endorsements, that's cool. League can pay you whatever they want. Team can pay you whatever they want. You're a designated player. You fit this way in the cap. The team can pay you whatever they want. Then you can get all these endorsements and do whatever you want. I mean, the NWSL is facing this right now in women's soccer right now. They're facing that with Trinity Rodman right now about this kind of a watershed moment. Where do you go? Who is comfortable enough in their own skin to where you can pay them 20, but then get those endorsement deals to get you to that Messi level of 50? That's the next.
There's no other player right now that they have that leverage, and then that leverage and that is meant to own the basics. I don't think that anyone, what Europe, that's a company can handle those kind of deals, and even in many players no to Di Maria. Di Maria said no to them. Like they put an offer. Oh, go ahead and put an astronomical offer. They're gonna say no. As you put the astronomical offer, and like, oh yeah, we can pay you that. Oh, yeah, no, and I'm not going. Like he went to Benfica, so the player shows the glory.
All right. What the hell's going on at Gold TV?
This Sunday, Braga versus Benfica is my last derby.
What?
The last derby.
What?
Gold TV is closing the operation January 1st.
Damn.
Yeah, we're closing. They lost their the bid for the TV rights in Uruguay, and with only one tournament left, it's not profitable anymore. So we're going to be closing down the operations in January 1st.
Okay, well, I would be putting expletives out here that would give us the E rating, but how can we help?
I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. We'll talk.
Okay.
We'll see.
Well, I mean, you know, you've got a home. You know that you can bang on this door, and you know that we love you, and you know that you have the SDH. You can knock on the door and sit there and go, you know, dude, I'm bored. I got something to get off my chest. So, you know, this sucks. Like I said, I've seen nothing printed about any of all.
There's nothing. I was going over and like, oh, there's nobody, because I got the news December 1st.
Damn.
Yeah, because the VP of operations he made sure that it didn't happen like happened last year when they closed it here. I mean, Gold TV didn't close. They closed their chapter here in Peru, and that last year was like they told us 3 days prior. All right. By the way, what day is today? 26. On the 29, we're done. What?
Because I remember that last year. Yeah.
And then thankfully, and gratefully, they made it work. You know, and we can get you to remote, because when we want to keep you, we cannot sustain the operation in Peru, but paying, I don't know, 50, 60 people here, but we can pay you, right? But because we got the signal and everything else. But this time is different because they don't have more soccer to show. You know, it's like it is what it is. I don't know what's going to happen then with the Primera Liga. I don't know anything. I don't know who. You let me know what's going on in the US with the Primera Liga. We'll see.
Yeah,
we'll see.
Okay.
I don't know, but yeah, the DVP called me December 1st. I just gotta give you a call, man, give you a heads up. I didn't want to happen like happened last year with you. And we're gonna give you a month in advance so you can prepare. You prepare yourself and some way somehow, right? It's better that a month than 3 days. I'll take it.
Yeah.
You know. So yeah, that's that's where we are now.
Okay. Well, obviously, A, that we think this sucks. B, we love you very much. And we will, we'll obviously we'll keep an ear out for everything up here. Let us know how we can help. Let us know if there's anything we can do. We'll help you out as best we can. But obviously, that with us here, you got a home and you can bang on the door anytime and sit there and do whatever. And that I love our conversations that we have. I love the fact that you can be here and help educate all of us on what's going on in those places that you follow and that you call. Yeah, we need to do offline. And so we'll do that. We'll catch up and we'll do the WhatsApp thing. It's like you and Jason have got me plugged into this whole WhatsApp thing like nobody's business now. So okay, well that sucks and a half. Obviously, we can follow you on socials, and that hasn't changed. Your socials haven't changed or anything like that.
Yeah.
And the man's a baking fool, and he's taunting me with all this chocolate that he has as Nino is baking things. So we'll catch up offline. Obviously, you can come back. Obviously, you can come back whenever. You can come back whenever the hell you want. But obviously, next Friday, 10 o'clock Eastern time, you're back. We'll start 26, and we'll start rolling. And we will kick some serious ass in 26. Just know that we love you very much, and we will catch up with you soon, my friend.
Thank you, Johnny. Thank you, guys, and Happy New Year. We'll see you in 2026. All right, take care, guys.
You got it, bro.